What's up, party people? Welcome back to Hog Rider Radio. So right beside me, I've got the three-eyed Raven, Braven Arrington. How you doing today?
Great. I graduated college, got married, and that's the last time y'all saw me was I was engaged before this, and I was the engaged three-eyed Raven.
Yeah.
Now I'm the married.
Now you're the married three-eyed Raven.
And the graduate.
Yeah.
And they graduated.
I've officially,
pretty cool.
There's the ring, and then my diploma's over there. But
Let's go.
Yeah, diploma. Yeah, it's not as cool as the ring. So
Yeah.
we're gonna bring
it's
it over
definitely
here.
not as cool as the ring.
Yeah.
But doing pretty well, and I'm very excited for tonight.
Me too.
I might have to leave in a hurry tonight if
If things go awry.
Yeah.
if things go awry. But
We'll fill in for you.
yeah.
Yeah, don't worry. Yeah, we can talk about the show for hours. So
Well,
Yeah.
like,
We're gonna try not to, but
yeah. All right. I'm
no guarantee.
gonna skip over this man
Oh,
right here.
wow.
I got a little bit of a surprise for him.
oh God, I'm really scared.
Oh boy.
So all the way over there, we got Special Agent Wick, Chadwick.
Yes, that is me.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Sir.
need a gun.
I'm gonna need a gun.
Not Magneto.
Magneto lives.
Magneto lives.
Oh god.
Maybe.
Oh.
He's a little top heavy right now.
Oh,
There
All
we go. I saved him.
And then directly to my left, I have the film fanatic,
Oh.
the critique connoisseur,
Mm.
Dylan Branscombe.
Mm.
Remember
Hey.
it.
Oh,
Remember.
Nice.
Oh,
remember it.
Remember it.
Oh, we're going right.
Oh
into it.
yeah.
And I am your bearded pog champ, Ethan Justice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo. Gorgeous host too tonight.
Oh.
I'm not the gorgeous host tonight.
Got a couple different hats.
Why
All right,
do you,
Magneto keeps
why do
dying.
you keep falling, dude?
Just
Just lean him up against Madeline or something. I don't
yeah.
know.
Lean him up against Mystique. You know they
You know
buddy buddy.
They be getting down.
Well,
All right, there we go.
If he falls again, let's try this. No. Just give him.
Okay.
Oh, he'll hold him.
There you go.
All right. So as you could tell by that awesome intro that Dylan
Ooh.
actually made,
Oh, thank you.
it was
It's all right.
It was pretty solid.
tonight
Pretty
we're gonna be
awesome.
talking about the probably greatest show I've ever seen in a while, X-Men '97.
Woo!
All right.
I can do it. I can keep going.
All right.
2 hours later.
Oh, shoot, I need to pull up my notes.
I was gonna say before we get into the overall thoughts of the show.
Yeah.
I had a question for y'all because I know I starting off with this. I know my thoughts. So before you started watching it and then first episode, what were your thoughts going into the
Going
show?
into this?
Yeah.
I mean, I can start off. I was very scared because I grew up with this with the original show. I remember having this DVD, and I don't remember what the DVD was called, but I remember it had 3 episodes of X-Men, 3 episodes of the Spider-Man show, and 3 episodes of maybe the Iron Man show.
I have that upstairs.
Yeah,
I have that upstairs.
it was one of those, and that's kind of where it started. And then my dad actually kind of also watched the show, and he was younger, so we always
So-
kind of bonded through that way. And I remember hearing when this was announced, and I was like, "Oh my god, are they remaking the show? What's going on?" And they said it's a sequel to the show. I was like, "Oh, this is cool." But now I was like, "Wait, but the original show's so good. Is this gonna be something that?" Whoa.
Keep going. No.
That's not gonna affect the audio or anything?
No, it's-
Oh, okay, cool. But yeah, very cautiously optimistic going in. But then the trailer came out, and it looked sick, and they used the music, and we'll talk about what we think about it later. But
Yeah.
yeah, very cautiously optimistic going in. Loved the original show. Loved X-Men comics growing up. I remember
Mhm.
going. I might be long-winded here, but I remember going to a library when my mom used to tutor, and they would have a comic section where it was just constant Spider-Man, Batman, X-Men, all that stuff. And X-Men would be one of the ones I would pick up every day.
Yeah.
If we'd go there, it'd be definitely oh, this one I haven't read this X-Men comic before. Let me read it. And it'd be X-Men number a 212, and I have no idea what's going on, but it was still pretty sick at the same time. What are you doing?
I know that issue.
Oh gosh.
Oh god.
Yeah,
Because
but
that issue is going to be mentioned later on.
oh no, I don't know which one I mentioned, but yeah, always been an X-Men fan growing up. Love the movies, some of them, and yeah,
Let's not mention Dark Phoenix.
yeah, or a lot of them.
What
yeah.
movie? What Dark
Yeah.
Phoenix?
Exactly. There is no.
He likes Dark Phoenix.
I do like Dark Phoenix.
What?
And on that note, what were your thoughts about going into the show, Chad?
What?
Before you watched it, what'd you think?
Before I watched it,
Yeah.
so like I thought that it was just a remake of like the OG show. So then when I watched the first episode, like I was like, all right, like it's just a show.
Yeah.
And that was just a and that was a remade. But then I actually got into it. Like I was like, hey now, hey, like
You flew through this show.
I was like, wait a minute, like, and then I just watched it for like 2 days straight.
I was gonna say, for context, we were gonna do this podcast, and we knew Chad wanted to watch it, and us three watched it weekly.
Yeah.
And we were like, Chad, like the podcast is coming, we're gonna have to watch it. And Chad's like, okay, I'll get to it. And he watched episode 2, and after that, he was just like, he was like, guys, I may or may not be on the finale right now. Like it's the same day you watched the second episode. Like, you just kept going.
It was crazy doing that.
But yeah,
and on the last episode, these two like heard my reaction to it.
yep,
That was.
yep.
Oh my word. that was a great
Just-
experience. I ain't gonna lie.
All
It's great.
language can not be said on here, so
You are correct.
Try to keep it as PG as possible.
yes.
All right, Braven, what were your thoughts going into it?
Okay, so how do I best go into this? I had VHSs of the original show.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
VHS. These kids don't know what that is. Nope. Reaching unk status.
What is that?
I had VHSs of the original show. I had like, same kind of DVD platform of like what you had.
Mm-hmm.
Because like it was like some special thing they had at Walmart. I think
Yeah, I don't remember how I got it. I
Yeah,
just had it.
I remember. I know exactly what you're talking about because I remember those 2 episodes.
You didn't get it; it just came to you.
It just came to me. Yeah, exactly.
So when I first heard about the show, I'm gonna agree with Dylan. Cautiously optimistic because I'm like,
Such a big fan of the original stuff. I was just
yeah,
like
like
ugh.
X-Men has like a special place in my heart. Because like he said, like Dylan said, he read the comics. He did that. Like I watched the original show. I watched X-Men Evolution, Wolverine, the X-Men.
X-Men Evolution.
Oh my gosh, such a great show.
Yeah, pretty good actually. Yeah.
Mhm.
Like solid show. If you haven't seen any if you want to start a show for the X-Men, I say X-Men Evolution is probably a good one to
It's
start
probably
with.
an easier one to start with.
Yeah,
I would say.
it's really easy to get into.
Or
X-Men.
honestly, now it might be this one.
If this one didn't come out, I would say Evolution.
Yeah.
But because Wolverine and the X-Men, you don't know what's going on half the time.
Yeah.
But Wolverine and the X-Men was a good show as well, and that's kind of my love for it. I have all the action figures and stuff like that. You see all the pops.
These are all Bravens.
Yeah, majority of them are mine, except the middle one. That's Ethan's. But
Yeah.
Nightcrawler.
Doing that.
yeah. But sorry. Email from school. Yep.
Word.
They told me goodbye.
Get out of here.
But going into the show, I was very cautious because there's so many characters like that. This might get me in trouble. Fox had ruined.
Nope.
No.
That is not crazy to say.
Yeah, it's pretty
I'm
valid.
about to say Fox has ruined.
Cyclops.
About to say I can name like 4 off the bat right now, like that they've completely ruined, which was Cyclops. They ruined Jean Grey for me. Rogue.
Rogue is a big one.
Yeah, Rogue is definitely a big one.
Gambit wasn't even there half the time.
Gambit was an
He was
Wolverine.
Taylor Kitsch in that one X-Men Origins Wolverine movie.
He looked
We don't talk
goofy.
about-
Yeah, it's kind of
We
it.
don't talk about that. And
Yeah.
then like who was supposed to play him one time? Channing Tatum.
Channing Tatum. He's rumored to be in Deadpool 3. So
I heard that as well. But
It's just like
we'll have another
that version
podcast.
of
We'll have
him.
another podcast for that
yeah.
in July.
Yep.
But the day after it comes out.
watching it together.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And then I'd say with this show, when I first saw because you said first episode, like what our reaction was, I was immediately in, like completely in. They in one episode they corrected like 3 mistakes Fox had made in
Mhm.
one episode, and I
Yeah.
was like, okay, that's cool. I want to see where they keep going with that. And then a reaction channel, I'm gonna shout them out right now because I love them. Blind Wave, they're on like the second episode, like showing to people who are not Patreons, but they've already finished the show because they had to watch it all in one sitting.
Nice.
Valid.
Oh yeah, valid for real. But they were watching the second episode, and after they finished, they said, "Did you guys know that this show was hot fire?" And I was like, "Absolutely." I like
For real.
like second episode in, I'm like, I need more.
Yeah.
And now I'm just like that right now. And
After it's all over, yeah.
after everything's over, but
I need a second season.
The
right
second
now.
season is coming. It is coming. They're in the editing stage, from what I understand.
oh really?
Mm.
So it might be soon.
Oh, that's good.
Might be really soon.
that.
Yeah. They're keeping Bo DeMayo's. We'll talk about it later, but I have some
I
stuff about next season. that
I
I'm gonna talk
have
about.
I have a lot of stuff about next season.
Cool.
And then I'd say the only thing I'll say that later. Actually, no. keep
Okay.
going.
That's
All right.
that was what you
And
thought going in.
Yeah, I thought I was cautiously optimistic, but then it all came out and it was beautiful.
Trailer was sick.
Oh my gosh, the trailer!
Trailer was sick.
The music cues for the trailer. Oh,
Yeah. Oh, ooh.
mm.
We'll talk about the music too later.
Yeah. I wasn't like, okay. I had seen the like teaser thing for it where they posted where he held them.
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, that's cool." And then I'll be honest, I forgot about it.
Yeah.
I didn't watch the trailer or anything. Like until y'all kind of texted me and was like, "Oh my gosh, you got to watch this. Like it's really good." I hadn't thought about it twice. So a little backstory. So probably like 2 years ago, I was on an X-Men kick. I watched through all like the movies and everything. So I don't think that I've read as many comics as y'all have of X-Men, but I
Me and
have,
Braven have so much to talk about after every episode.
I-
They did this.
I'm not gonna lie. Y'all should see me, Dylan's text, and then like our PlayStation chats. 'Cause it's the funniest thing.
I have seen something about what they're doing in the second season, but I'm
Yeah.
not going to talk about
Okay.
it
Yeah,
yet.
we'll talk about that later.
But I wasn't quite as into it as y'all were going into it. But I'll be honest, once in that first episode when, or maybe was that the second episode or the first? I don't remember. But when they're dropping out of the plane, I think that's the first episode.
First,
Yeah, and then Cyclops does the thing, and then
to be my X-Men.
yeah, and then Storm's walking across the sand, and striking it, and turning it to
my
glass,
Oh,
God.
and then
Uh,
throwing it at the
what is
Sentinels.
it? Show them the forecast.
Yeah.
I was-
No,
Gosh, man.
As
Wha-
soon as I saw that, I paused it. I did the Dylan pause.
Yep.
I paused it.
Dylan pause.
It's a Dylan pause.
I ran in there to my dad. He doesn't care. He doesn't like animated stuff. But I was like, watch this. I showed him it every time something cool happened. And after that, I was in.
Yep.
I was watching it every week.
I was about to say that's another thing. Yesterday when we were at, I was in Georgia yesterday. We were in the hotel. My dad saw me watching the finale again for the seventh time. And I'm not kidding.
I watched the finale again today to plan for
I
this.
should
but-
have, but
I'm not kidding when I
I should
say
have too, but I didn't have time.
Seventh time, whether it's through a reaction or by myself, it's the seventh time. But he saw it and he was like, and he saw the intro that you made, and he was like, man, he said, man, that's pretty old stuff. And I was like, actually, it's 97. He went, 97. I was like, did you watch the original? He said, bits and parts, and I was like,
you should
watch
You
it.
gotta
should
watch
watch
the
it.
show.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna sit down and watch it with him.
My dad wants to watch it this summer too. He hasn't watched any of it, and I was like, Dad,
I wish my dad would watch it. I would
Poor
love to
Ethan.
share that with
poor
my
Ethan's
dad.
dad doesn't like
He
animated
hates
stuff.
animated stuff.
Yeah.
I don't get it. But all right, since we're done with that.
Yeah.
So I just say we go into like overall like
Oh boy.
we can talk about some of your favorite like scenes
Okay.
maybe.
Okay. Just overall thoughts of the show in general.
Yeah, and like maybe some of your favorite parts. In,
Okay.
Like some of the episodes.
Okay, so I'll just do my favorite parts. We'll focus in on that.
Yeah.
We'll focus on the favorite stuff. Okay, so I'd like to say my favorite episode, unless it's a question you're gonna ask later. What's your favorite episode is? Favorite episode is probably Remember It. But
Mhm.
That's valid.
that's such
That's-
like a popular answer. Like I don't want to be like, oh yeah, episode 5 is the best one. It's hard, but like it is the best one. Like you know what I mean. Any of the last 3 is also up there. Any of the last 3 episodes are like
Yeah.
really good stuff. Like I love any Cyclops action scene. For some reason,
my
They
God.
got
they,
him
they
right
just
every
nailed. And when he like concusses into the ground and like pushes himself to another place, I'm like, bro, what? Someone finally got the like those aren't like heat like blasts.
They're just-
that's the one thing that made me pissed off throughout every single movie. Those are not lasers.
Yeah,
They're
they're not laser eyes.
They are basically giant punching, like just
Yeah.
a giant
Energy,
punch.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's a giant punch to your face is what it is.
Yeah. And like speaking of Cyclops, like
They don't burn.
yeah, exactly. I never understood the whole like burning thing. But speaking of Cyclops again, like Cyclops and Jean, whether it is why am I thinking Marjorie? That's not her
Madeline.
name. Madeline. There we go. Madeline Pryor. Whether it's her or if it's the actual Jean. Like I love that whole storyline too. I love how we got to actually
Mhm.
go through like Goblin Queen stuff, and I was like, I wasn't expecting that, to be honest,
Yeah.
but I enjoyed it for
Yeah.
what it was, and getting that with then Nathan Summers being added into the picture later on with Cable, and like once they said Nathan, like I was like, wait, like Cable, and I was like really confused. I remember them doing that in the old show, like really touching base with that
Yeah.
on what that meant.
Yeah, I think they like.
They kind of retconned some things.
Yeah,
I think.
they retconned some things at the old show, which completely fine with. Like,
Yeah.
Like, the old show, I mean, it is dated, but they definitely retconned some things with Cable and like to make it work this
Yeah.
time because they touched base on it, like you said, but they didn't really talk about
And
it.
like I said, I could be getting this completely wrong, but I like all their dynamics and stuff. Like in the last the dining table scene or whatever, where Cable's in the diner and then Jean and Scott go to talk to him and like not make the mistake of not saying goodbye again is like very, very good. And seeing
Heavy.
his eyes.
Y'all know what I've been through this past few weeks. That made me cry my eyes out.
So like seeing anytime I get to see Cyclops' eyes
You
in
have my eye. Yeah.
yeah, anytime you get to see Cyclops' eyes in like any X-Men media
Yeah.
Heavy.
for like a scene like that, I tear up every time just because of like you never get to see it. You never get to like seeing not only like seeing his eyes when he takes off the glasses, but any scene where the animators are like, "Nah, we're gonna make it a point so you can see inside the visor at certain points where you can see like the outline of his eyes." Like I'm like, who like whoever made this show like animated. I mean, Bo DeMeo. We'll talk about him later, but like I think one thing I love about the show is that this love for the source material is so evident, and like, oh my god, and it's something that Fox was obviously missing. I think some stuff they did well. I'm not gonna say all the Fox movies are bad.
I'll never forgive them for the end of Apocalypse. I'll never forgive.
I'll never forgive them for Apocalypse, but I
Oh,
hate
God,
Apocalypse. I hate Apocalypse so bad. But yeah, like that's probably my favorite
I was
season.
gonna
Stuff
say
like
you
that.
said inside the visor, like in the finale when
Yeah.
you saw Bastion's
Bastion's
eyes
eyes.
through
his
like, in
yeah.
the
Yeah. And then Jubilee gets a cool part too.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm
Oh
always a
my
big
gosh.
Jubilee guy, and then like Jubilee actually got a cool scene in the final episode. I was like, oh thank God, like yes, she finally got to do something. So sick. But yeah, anyone else can talk about it. But
All right.
I'm done. I'm done
Chad.
my spiel.
What was your like favorite episode or scene or?
Probably the scene that hit me like the hardest, was probably seeing Rogue and holding a gambit and then she said, honey, like I can't feel you.
I cried so.
I was on my break and I got chills at work. Like,
Dude,
I was bawling.
Like, I did like and the pause thing and just like I went like,
dude,
The fade to black too. Oh my gosh.
that episode happened on my honeymoon. I was like, and I watched it on my honeymoon, and I'm just sitting there like, how am I supposed to go on with my week?
and like I tried my hardest to not like shed a tear.
Yeah.
Like I was like
I mean that whole episode. I mean, yeah, I didn't even talk about,
like
the name's Gambit Mon Ami, remember it.
Yeah.
Like that's insane. Like that
And
whole
then he
sequence. Like he grabs the whatever stabbed him, like I don't even know what it was.
It's some pole.
It's like a pole that
Yeah.
the
It
sentinel
was one
like,
of their little.
yeah, and he like
It,
he
it's
got
like
him.
it had like 40 some arms or
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
like
It-
that.
Any scene with Gambit and Wolverine fighting together.
yes.
Nightcrawler and Wolverine fighting together.
Gambit's the coolest.
All
Fight me about
we'll
that.
We'll get to that in a minute.
Okay.
Chat.
So the so like after that episode, like I was hooked.
Yeah.
Like and I was like okay, like I have to finish the show.
That's also when I kind of knew like
I was
this
like, I
show's
have
like
to finish it.
generational. Like this
I
is
was
like
like, I
one
have
of the
to
best
finish
things I've ever watched.
So then probably and just has you said, Dylan. The like whole thing with Jean and the
Madeline.
yes, thank you. So like the whole thing with those two, like I was like kind of like, huh, well, like at first, and but then like as it like went on, like and just like into it, like I was like, oh, okay, like I understand.
Yeah. I think it was good that Madeline died. I think that kind of made things a little bit easier to understand what was going on.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then just when like Cyclops was like trying to like connect with Jean, and just like I thought that would like that actually like hit a little bit.
Yeah. Cyclops and Jean were actually done like very well in this show, which is very rare.
That is something that bothers me.
Kinda fly
Like,
on
is the Cyclops and Jean. Do you want me to go next? Or?
Yes, absolutely. What was your favorite scene/episode?
So my favorite episode is
I'm trying to figure out my.
So hang on, let me.
Are you looking at episodes right now?
Definitely not 4.
No, not Nintendo.
Tolerance is Extinction Part 1. That's my favorite episode. Like that is, like.
That's Wolverine and Nightcrawler, right?
Yeah, that's what stole the show for me. So my favorite X-Men is Iceman, but in my top 5 are Wolverine and Nightcrawler. And any scene with Nightcrawler, like especially since like watching Wolverine and the X-Men Evolution, going back to that stuff, X2, like the movie, Nightcrawler steals the show for me, no matter what it is, and especially in the old animated show, like series he did as well. That scene where like what reason do you have like to stop this? Like
6 reasons.
I got 6 reasons. No, my friend. 9.
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah.
it's swashbuckler Nightcrawler. I love swashbuckler Nightcrawler in the comics. Oh my gosh! And the only thing that would top it would be Captain Kitty Pryde. Like,
no Kitty Pryde, man. Let me.
I got some more stuff for that later.
Okay.
I got a whole bunch of stuff for season 2, that I've learned.
Okay.
And it's all. But that's my favorite scene. My favorite scene starts when Wolverine is falling out of the sky, slicing these like
Prime Sentinels
out of the sky, man.
Yeah.
Like he is falling, and just going
just
to town
slicing
on
fools.
these guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's crazy how like the animation's going during that time.
Yeah.
And just like the sheer like power Wolverine has.
Yeah, Wolverine trying not to be cool challenge. It's impossible.
Yeah.
And then like the Nightcrawler, and then like just keeps going with the Nightcrawler, and they're just fighting the Prime Sentinels.
Mm.
And then that one scene where like it shows you the perspective of someone being teleported as in Nightcrawler. Through Nightcrawler.
I never thought I'd see that ever.
Through Nightcrawler's teleportation. I lost my entire being during that moment.
It was an out of body experience.
I had to pause it, stand up, and walk around for a second. I was like, this is too cool.
Yeah.
It's too cool.
Yeah.
Like, I was freaking out this entire time because, like, X-Men fan, we're getting the service we want.
Yeah.
And that was one of those scenes where I'm like, this is so cool. This is so cool. But I think the scene that really, like, hit me was another that dealt with Rogue and Gambit. But I think it's a scene where Rogue breaks down onto Nightcrawler. Like,
Oh my gosh! When I saw that
that scene of my favorite line is
what does Nightcrawler say?
Nightcrawler says Nightcrawler is he is in half of the show and he steals the show.
Yeah.
he says half the quotable stuff.
Yeah.
Like the one thing I think it was it's in episode 8. Blood is blood, family is a choice.
Yeah.
That line.
Oh, I just got chills.
That line, I was like, oh, Nightcrawler, don't do that to me, man. Like that is such a good line.
Yeah, I agree.
And I can't say enough good things about the show. At first, okay, I'm a little different. I'm a little different than these guys. At first, I hated the Mr. Sinister, Madeline, and
Sinister is so cool.
Jean. I just don't like Mr. Sinister, but that's just because
I didn't either.
That's just because I don't like him in the comics.
Okay.
That's just me. That's a me like that's a comic book fan not liking the character because I'm like, you suck in the comics. But like,
I mean, he is a villain.
Yeah, everything you do, you suck. But as the story progressed, I was like, you know what? This is really good. They're doing the right way of doing this storyline adaptation. I like this.
Yeah.
And then Genosha and and then I was like, you know what? Let's kill these guys.
Yeah, for real.
Genosha happened. Oh, my boy Leech,
Oh no, not Leech, man.
dude. I saw
What did Magneto say to him? He's like, everything's gonna be okay, or something like that.
Yeah,
do not be afraid.
Yeah.
Oh my
No,
God.
so Leech is seen in episode 2, and I was like, yeah, Leech, that's my boy. And then and see him in episode 5, I was like, there he is again.
Oh no!
And then the last time you see him,
Leech, no!
I was like, no. I mean, so many people died. Like one of my favorite X-Men is Banshee, and he got blasted out of the air.
Yeah.
Like complete. Like Genosha was
Yeah.
There's so that episode 5 is gosh, such a good episode.
It was a good episode. I agree.
Yeah. All right, Ethan.
All right. So I'll do my favorite episode first.
Okay.
And I had to kind of look, but I think it would be number 2, Mutant Liberation Begins, because I very much like Magneto. He's always been really cool to me. And when he lifted that whole thing up in the air, and then his line, he's like talking about Charles. He's like, I have tried to walk my friend's path. Do not make me let you down. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
that.
Don't make me let you down. Is heat. That's straight heat.
But then
I don't know who wrote the who wrote the
Bo DeMeo. He's
Yeah.
the writer, lead writer.
yeah, okay.
man's writing.
Well, I was
He
like,
got fired. We'll
Why?
talk about that later.
Oh,
We'll talk about
okay.
that later.
But no, my favorite, that was my favorite episode. But my favorite scene, I could talk y'all know each episode has something that's so cool in each.
Mhm.
I could talk about what I said earlier, the glass thing, or the Madeline Pryor one where the Cyclops blasts what's his name from the future, Bishop, and Bishop just.
Oh yeah.
But no, my favorite part, and it has background in the episode you were talking about. It's in the finale. It's when Rogue flies in, and Bastion's talking about just all the people that he had to kill.
Yeah.
And she mollywops him, and she goes, "His name's Gambit.
Yeah.
Remember it." I was
Yeah.
like, oh. I paused it again. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, you better remember it.
Rogue's the best.
But no, that was literally my favorite scene, just because I'm like, yes, come on.
Oh, another thing we'll skip the moment when after we watched the first I think it was the first or second episode, I can't remember, and y'all were looking at the guys all what's his name?
Which one?
Sunspot.
Roberto.
Yeah,
Roberto Costa.
Roberto. When he lights up his arm, and y'all like, who's that?
I know. I didn't connect the dots.
And then I'm like, Sunspot. Y'all
I
went,
was like, oh! And then I was like, oh, his Marvel Snaps card's pretty good.
hey, Marvel Snap, sponsor us.
Oh my
I
gosh.
love Marvel Snap. I'll talk good about it all day.
Mm-hmm.
All day.
I don't even have it.
played it yet.
I have one thing I want to say from Remember It that I was wondering what it was about, because we talked about Nightcrawler, having a bunch of good lines and stuff like that. And it was when he's talking to Gambit, when Gambit's looking at Rogue, and he's talking about us blah blah blah, we're too busy to love or whatever, Gambit being Gambit. Let me make sure I'm connecting it right, because the Wi-Fi here sucks, so I'm looking at the webisode.
Hey,
The webisode.
The website.
Yeah.
But
are you talking to Nightcrawler or Rogue?
it's Gambit is looking at Rogue.
Oh,
Nightcrawler is
there is
talking
no
to
love
Rogue.
without sin.
Yeah, he's like, there is no love without sin, because love is best measured in what we forgive.
Yeah.
It's really, really I remember hearing that and being like, ooh, that's kind of nice. I kind of like that. That was really
That's
cool,
a really
actually.
good line. I like that. Oh my gosh.
That whole episode though is just heat, because that's also where Magneto says something about terrorists, and the government's like, well, we don't like terrorists. It's like, well, you guys have a bunch of them in power,
He's
so
like, he goes, why would we let a terrorist be the ruler of a country? And they said, and he goes, why are so many rulers of country terrorists?
yeah.
I
It
was
says,
like,
but surely Genosha's right to self-govern will not only be protected but cherished, as it is with all UN nations. Val says most other nations don't allow terrorists to be their leader. Magneto says, yet so many allow their leaders to be terrorists.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
heat.
ooh,
That's
All right,
heat.
all right. We don't have to point the finger at ourselves here.
I'm about to say we're pointing the fingers at a lot of people here,
Yeah,
and like
jeez.
this was, I was like,
Yeah. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say about that. What you got?
Well, I was gonna say let's rank it, but I feel like I know what all of ours is gonna be.
Rank the episodes?
No, rank the.
Rate the show.
11
Rate
out of
the
10.
show.
11
Rate
out of
the
10.
Yeah, a 10.
11 out of 10. I got like it doesn't even fit
Probably the
scale.
best season of superhero television
Maybe television
I've
in
ever
general.
seen, and it's up there with like best season of television I've seen.
Yeah.
I said this to my brother. I said he needs to watch a show because I said Marvel. I feel like I think Marvel's taken a step back and said, you know what, quality is more important than quantity.
They are.
Because
What we've
I
been
mean,
saying.
look, you look at things like the Marvels, Secret Invasion.
Marvel's not bad, but
I know, but like nothing like this. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Like nothing like jaw-dropping, amazing like that we've had like in the past like while. And I'm not saying like these things are bad. Like I mean, some are.
I mean,
but,
Secret Invasion wasn't great.
I mean, I'm gonna say the same about She-Hulk. It wasn't that great, but
I'm like on the minority that I actually like She-Hulk a little bit. So
but I'm just saying.
I
like,
did too.
Stop it. But I'm just saying, like, there's just some things that like Marvel has like rushed, and now I feel like okay, they're taking time to actually
Yeah.
do what
At least the
they,
animation is.
yeah
animation
do,
team.
do what they need to do and do it well.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just 11 out of 10 for me. I mean, I can't.
Mine's quick. 10 out of 10. Obviously, it's so good. I just love it.
yeah, mine's a 10. I mean, it's just
That's why I wasn't even gonna ask. Really.
yeah, you rarely get stuff like this with superhero things, and especially with X-Men.
Yeah.
And
Oh my gosh, especially with X-Men.
and like just everything from the writing to the action to the animation. It makes me like I love Invincible, you know. But I'm looking at Invincible now, like
Y'all gotta step.
y'all
up your
gotta
game.
y'all gotta step up to the plate, you know. Like this show, I liked Invincible season 2. I think I gave it like a 9.7. Like I love Invincible. Invincible, very strongly written show. Animation, kind of waver sometimes.
Yeah.
I think some stuff looks good, and the animation style fits what the show is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But now I'm like, I don't know, like this style, I would watch this a million more times than I want to watch Invincible.
Also, for me, like, they're even with Invincible, which I agree. Like what you said, it's very good. They're like with X-Men. I would watch an episode. I was like, no episode can beat this.
Yeah.
And then I watched the next episode. Oh well, you just beat
You
it.
just beat it. Yeah.
Except for
The Nintendo
Nintendo or whatever.
wasn't that great.
But
Jubilee and
I like Life
fight
Death-
against
Life Death Part 1.
Life Death's pretty cool.
But no, but like every single episode was like, this one is better than the last. This one's better than the last.
Yeah.
And you just don't get that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a lot of stuff.
I agree. Chad, what you think?
I would also say 10.
Yeah.
I wasn't even gonna ask just because we're.
Right. And it's just like at the beginning, like I was like, like this will be, just another, like show and I was just remade. So then like when I like actually, got into it, I was like, yeah,
Yeah, this
is that
Everything pays off
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
or leads to something.
I was
Cooler.
a little worried too. Like at the
I'm
end,
gonna take over in just a second.
at the end of the finale, I was like, where are they going with this? Like, is there gonna be a season 2? I was like, and then
Oh,
we'll get into that.
I'm revving up to go. Like, let's
Yeah.
go.
I
But
have
then-
I have a
but
few
then
bullet
they-
points I want to bring up after. Ethan's
But
done.
then they did that whole thing with the time,
Mhm.
and I will hand it over to y'all.
About to say, can I go first?
with your bullets.
Well,
Yes.
it's not all bullets, but I want to go about one specific thing real quick.
Okay.
I love how the animators and like Marvel itself said, "Hey, we can do this if we really wanted to," and they showed us Doctor Strange, Iron Man, Captain America, Spider-Man,
Yeah.
Daredevil.
Keep going.
Spider-Man, Cloak and Dagger, Doctor
Cloak
Strange.
and Dagger.
You can tell-
dude.
That was crazy.
You can tell it was a '90s show by just having Cloak and Dagger to show up randomly. Like
Yeah.
people are gonna see them and be like, "Who the heck is this?"
King T'Chaka as Black Panther.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's crazy. Doctor Doom,
Yep.
Zemo, Silver Samurai.
Silver Samurai was wild.
Yeah,
dude.
I said Doctor Strange already, didn't I?
Yes,
Yeah.
you did.
Okay, Omega Red,
Yep.
Crimson Dynamo,
Mhm.
Dark Star, Mary Jane. He found her.
He found Mary
her.
Jane.
He found her.
Yes. I don't know.
They completed the Spider-Man animated series. They found
Bo
her.
DeMayo tweeted out and he was like, "Yes, Peter found MJ."
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And then Flash Thompson,
Daredevil.
Scarlet Witch, Quicksilver, Daredevil, Polaris. Like,
Ooh, Polaris.
yeah, that was one I
Polaris
saw.
is cool.
Polaris is cool.
And then that's pretty much all the cameos. But there's two more I want to talk about real quick because this is how close to detail they paid attention in this finale. When you look at the Magneto protocols, right? When you look at the Magneto protocols, you see aliases for Magneto. One is Michael Fassbender and Sir Ian McKellen.
Really?
Yeah,
Let's
dead
go.
serious. Dead serious.
Wow, that is super cool, actually.
Yeah, they zoomed in. I had to zoom in to look at that thing because I wanted to look at every detail of that last episode. I zoomed in and saw that crap, and I went,
Whoa.
no freaking way.
That's super cool, actually.
Yeah, that was one of those things where I'm like,
I was pretty sure they just be like, let's distance ourselves from that.
Hey,
Just
say what you want
added
about the
it
old
in
stuff.
here.
I think Ian McKellen and Michael Fassbender are two very, very good actors.
those
Oh,
are
yeah.
the great,
With what they had.
those are the greatest things that came out of the movies.
Yep, they were very, very good.
But then I want to say the comic references real quick. For,
Okay.
Like that happened in the show, not what's leading to season 2. Wolverine's metal getting torn out of him. Crazy. That was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That was crazy. I knew as soon as it happened, it looked exactly like the comic, and it was crazy. OTZ, Operation Zero Tolerance. OZT, Operation Zero Tolerance. Crazy. As soon as I saw OZT, I was like, oh crap, here we go.
Yeah.
Because it's what it leads to.
Yeah.
The Rogue and Magneto storyline. I was not expecting that.
Not expecting
Nope.
that.
They did Gene and Scott well. Logan and Morph. Wow.
Hey, you know what? And I loved the
At the
last little
end?
thing where he was like,
She can't say.
"She can say, it, but I can." I was like, "Oh, that can be taken, any sort of different way." But I think Bo tweeted out and was like, "No, that was Morph saying that." Just in case you don't have any like media literacy or whatever,
Yeah.
but like that was definitely Morph saying that to Wolverine and
Yeah.
not him like trying to act as Jean. Like that was,
Yeah.
I was like, that's super cool actually.
Okay, two Phoenix things. Phoenix being in Gene still, and it's just brought out by motherhood.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yo, that was
That's
wild.
Mama Bear.
That was wild. I was like, no way the Phoenix is gonna show up
And
right
then-
now.
She's like,
And
no,
then
you bring him back then.
Another Phoenix thing, the blue side of the moon.
Yeah.
That's crazy as well. Like that place where like Rogue and Sunspot took Bastion to town. That's where the Phoenix was in the original series. That's where they had the showdown. That was really cool. Now I want to talk about what this could be leading to, as in like no. As in it's not right now. It's not right now. It could be season 3.
Oh goodness gracious.
And the reason why I say this is because the shattering of the mind of Magneto, Operation Zero Tolerance, what Bastion looked like, and the radio station that was on the air in the final scene. The radio station that was on the air was 1996.06. This radio station is the exact year and the exact comic Onslaught was first seen.
I was wondering if they're gonna bring Onslaught. I thought for some reason Onslaught was the main
Who's
villain.
Onslaught?
Onslaught is the combination of Magneto and Charles Xavier when Charles Xavier shatters Magneto's mind.
Mm-hmm. I didn't think about that.
So they connect.
I've
And
been
that-
wondering where Onslaught was.
And that happens after Operation Zero Tolerance. So that's the thing I was gonna say. And I know what you're going into. So I'm gonna say the other cameos that are here real quick if that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Because I know where you're going. I'm not gonna steal that thunder.
Okay.
I'm just gonna pick up if you miss any.
Okay.
That's all I was gonna do. Let me scroll to it.
He's got notes upon notes on that
I've got two.
thing.
Well, man, watched the finale 7 times. He better have no.
Yeah,
I've got too
noticed
many
everything.
notes. Yeah, Magneto's children. He was also Morph turning into people. Hulk, Sauron, Mr. Fantastic. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Sauron.
Yes.
Wait, he
There's
turned
a
into.
Sauron Marvel character.
Yeah.
It's not like
I was-
Sauron from Lord of the Rings.
I was like, wait, I didn't see that.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
I'm
not as cultured as y'all are.
Graydon Creed, son of Graydon Creed is the son of Mystique and Sabretooth. That is who's running against President Kelly for president.
I thought that there was something there because I was like,
Yeah.
that's a name I don't recognize, but that's definitely an Easter egg.
Apparently,
or something.
he's rising in the polls right now.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what was said on the thing. Yeah.
Yep. And then because I know I'm not gonna touch those 3 because those are what you're gonna touch. I know what you're doing. Gosh darn it! I just had it. I've got like 21 pages.
Oh my gosh.
It's over the entire show. All right, so there's a wall that Forge has in his room.
Okay.
And I find this very interesting right now because I think I know what's happening. So Cyclops, Jean, Storm, Beast, Magneto, Nightcrawler, Xavier, Morph, Rogue, Wolverine are all missing or presumed dead,
Yep.
along with Archangel, which is kind of concerning.
Archangel's so cool.
I didn't notice that he was on there. That
You know who else was on there?
Yeah, he's on.
Scarlet Witch.
I don't know. Yeah, so Jubilee and
Mother.
Sunspot are AWOL right now.
Mm-hmm.
interesting. Yeah, because they didn't get blipped out.
Yeah, they didn't get blipped out. They are just no one knows where they are.
Hmm.
Scarlet Witch is off world.
Yeah, interesting. Also.
Yeah, that's a very interesting point.
House of M.
Colossus is available.
Yeah, Colossus was there. I saw him.
Dust is available.
Iceman.
Let me get there. Magic is available.
Ooh. This Magic throws the sword in the middle of the location for Marvel Snap, and then there's a turn 7.
I don't like
That's
it.
the.
She's also in Midnight Suns.
Magic spelled with a K, by the way.
Iceman and Havoc are available. Yes.
Havoc's cool.
Cable is AWOL.
That makes sense.
That makes sense.
He doesn't have an arm.
Quicksilver is off world.
He's probably with
Could be House of M.
That's what I'm
House-
thinking.
House of M.
Huh?
Oh, if
What'd
they
you say?
do House of
and
M,
I was saying and that
They could be on Battle.
quick silver. That's probably with
Scarlet Witch.
Honda. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
probably.
think they're on Battle World probably.
Ooh, yeah.
if they do House of M, I'm gonna
House of M.
Okay. There are 3
That's
more.
gonna be far down the
There are
line.
3
Yeah,
more.
that's also
Emma
true.
Frost is available, so she's alive. That was.
I was
crazy.
gonna say yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Remember she turned to glass or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Diamond.
Mm.
Or diamond. Yeah. There we go.
Exodus is available, and then Shadowcat is available.
I have
Shad-
not heard Exodus in forever.
Yeah, no, and Shadowcat is available. If you
Cool.
don't know who Shadowcat is, that's Kitty Pryde. I want some
I
Kitty.
love Kitty Pryde.
I want some Iceman. I want some Kitty Pryde. I want
Somebody said something.
I want Colossus, Magic. Those are like. Also, did you know Colossus and Magic are brother and sister?
Really?
Really?
I did not know that.
Magic's Russian?
I learned that in Midnight Suns.
Didn't know that.
Like I'm
Well,
learning.
might be a certain comic line, you know.
Yeah, it could be that, but I was just like, she said that in Midnight Suns, and I went, I don't remember that.
Wow.
But yeah, that's pretty much what I have. I'm gonna piggyback off whatever you go next.
Oh, this is just a few bullet points about what I liked about the show.
Oh,
that I
okay,
just didn't
word.
touch on.
There was something I saw, but I'll wait till after you're done.
Theo James's Bastion.
That-
That's so good.
That was
Um,
really good. That
You
surprised me
did a
too.
very good job.
He was
I
amazing.
heard his voice. I was like,
Cyclops.
I didn't know who that was. I was like, he sounds familiar. But
I was like,
and then
bro,
I checked. I
he's-
was like, Theo James. I was like, oh my god, that's super sick. Yeah, we talked about seeing Phoenix again, but I watched it again today, and I was like, my god, what a moment! Like I'm just like, oh my gosh, seeing Phoenix again was just such a moment. Okay, yeah. So we talked about the hero cameos. I just wanted to say that they are done respectfully, and were not only done because they could, but it
fitted.
helped flesh out what these heroes were doing during a world-ending event.
Yeah,
Which is always such a big question. They're always like, where are these? Where are they at? Why are the Avengers not there? 'Cause one, no one cared about the Avengers back in the '90s, so that's like the
It
reason
also-
why they're not there. But who's talking first? One of y'all are. Ethan.
It also showed like the scale of it. Like
Yeah.
it was everywhere.
I mean, it did show the scale of it, but another thing I was thinking of when like watching like all these heroes and like all that stuff, like this, like it could be hinting at something more. I mean, the Avengers weren't a thing; they weren't not a thing in the '90s.
Yeah.
Like, not
Not like
thought-
majorly.
not majorly, but I mean, Cap and Iron Man had team up, and
Yeah.
the Hulk's still like the outcast he is.
yeah.
I mean, I don't know if Thor's like on the scene yet or not, but I can't remember any of them in the show. I can't. But I mean, that's Iron Man from the animated
From the animated
series.
show. Yeah.
Like that is crazy. Iron Man from the animated series. That's Hulk from the animated series.
Yeah.
That's that's Spider-Man from the
Spider-Man. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Christopher Daniel Barnes.
Oh
man.
my gosh.
Very
that
good.
was crazy.
Spider-Man '98. Please, let's do it.
Can we just
Let's
get a
do it.
revamp of
Of
Marvel
all the-
animations,
Yeah.
please?
Because
for
like
real.
that was the true Marvel universe, like animated universe, before like they came out with that Ultimate Spider-Man and the Avengers, and before that it was just Earth's Mightiest Heroes, which is
Yeah.
a great show by itself.
Yeah.
But I mean, they try to connect it, and Marvel was being
I mean,
Marvel there at that time.
My sister was watching the Batman '92 show, today, and I was just like, man, the '90s were just a better place. They were so cool.
Like the DC had its like animated universe.
Yeah.
And Marvel was like had the potential to combat it, but I guess like I don't know what
the
happened.
live action stuff.
Yeah.
They got really good at that, and yeah.
And then they just dropped it.
But yeah, like one thing, like not only like showing the scale of everything, but like also showing like, yeah, Daredevil's in this universe, but there's a meteor. What the heck is Daredevil going to do against that? He's going to help the civilians in Hell's Kitchen in New York.
Yeah.
And along with Cloak and Dagger, that's what he's going to do. T'Chaka's going to protect his people in Wakanda. Iron Man literally people are like, why is Iron Man not doing anything? Guys, Iron Man's probably hooked in with the government. Tony Stark becomes the Secretary of Defense in some comic lines, from what I understand. Like
he becomes president one time.
Yeah, like
He's
like
a narc.
he there's a reason he's, and then one thing I didn't like about Captain America's character in this is that he's really hooked in with the government, and that just kind of isn't who Cap is, at least at this point anymore.
Well,
so it felt kind of super out of character.
Well,
but
at first Cap was, and then he slowly becomes not. I think we're seeing that because he agreed like with King T'Chaka, we shouldn't do the Magneto protocols.
Yeah.
And
so cool hearing T'Chaka's voice and stuff like that too. I was like, oh man, it's so sick.
Well, because you notice when after he said that, he's like
you didn't they didn't listen.
Yeah.
They didn't listen. Like they're gonna do this, and they didn't listen. They like these are my friends. Like the X-Men are his friends.
Yeah, they are.
They're setting up so much stuff.
Yeah.
Like the amount of setup they have for like just like either other shows like itself.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Josh Keaton. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he's Cap, right?
He's
Josh
Cap.
Keaton, yeah. Like we already talked about Gene Scott and Nathan, but yeah, just everything with them, super well written. You know, she told me that you have my eyes, they're good eyes. You know, like everything with that is like super super good. He was pissed off that he wasn't with. He was like, I hear the folk tales of the X-Men from the future, and like
it
pisses me off that I should have been a part of that.
Yeah.
And like they were like, you were though, like. You were, and then he was like, "Well, the folk tales don't do my folks justice," you know. Is what he said. I was like, "Man, this is some good stuff." And then Cyclops, he's gonna use his blast. He takes off the glasses. One of my favorite shots in the show. He takes off the glasses and he lets out the biggest blast, and there's tears coming out of his eyes when he does it. And like, it's just so, and it's right after that moment he has with Nathan where we see his eyes for the first time, and it's just like, good, like, dude. Props to everyone who was on this. Like, they truly understood what they were writing here and really creating.
And even like Nathan's kind of not aversion to, but like kind of he's distant from the actual Gene because his mom was Madeline Pryor. I was like, bro,
yeah, it's good. It's good.
They said like season 2's got to have him call her mom at the end of it. I was like,
And then last thing I want to say, Matthew Watterson, Magneto.
Oh,
probably my favorite Magneto.
Magneto lives.
Yeah, Magneto lives. Oh man, it's so good.
The suit.
Yeah, the suit. The scene with him and Professor
all
X.
suits actually. All of everybody's suits.
Yeah, for real though. Like everyone's suits were great.
Especially the old.
Oh man, they put on the old ones again. I was like,
the astonishing. I was like, oh my gosh.
Can I ask for any more at this point? Like that, I was like, I don't know what else I can ask for. They just keep delivering.
I said I need like when they put on the old suits. I said I need no more. I need no more. Like,
but
I'm completely fine.
Like the scene with Magneto and Professor X in his mind where he like talks about like I can't see my parents' faces. Like why? Why can I not see their faces?
You just see the boots.
Yeah, the boots. And like Professor X is like, you can't see the faces because you were a boy. Like when they were taken from you, like you can't. That's why you can't see. And he starts talking in German because he's like really having like a bad attack from this. And that's of course when he like rises up and he's like,
Magneto lives.
That bromance, gosh, dude, that
man, good. I thought they were gonna kiss. I was like, hey.
I have seen online where they're like
they got like closer and closer. I was like,
I was gonna say X-Men. They said X-Men is just Charles and Magneto breaking up and causing everybody else to
yeah. I mean, for real, they touch on that. They're like, we've always disagreed, but we never abandoned each other. And that's something that the Fox did an okay job at, but like this show really nails is like they may disagree. They're quite literally the antithesis of each other. And that's like what is so cool about it is that they really disagree on like they disagree, but they don't at the same time. Like they think the same things, they just have different ways of going about it.
Yes.
And
different life experiences.
Magneto is on Professor X's side for a little bit, and then something switches, and Magneto's like, "Oh, screw this." That's why Magneto was like, "I'm going to shut down the world because this place sucks, and everyone deserves to be under my control."
Magneto was right.
Yeah, Magneto was right.
That's what
one of the greatest lines in the show was like her being like, "Genosha sucked," and that's because like, or one of the biggest things about Genosha was the fact that Magneto was right. And it's just like, man, this show, man, it just knows what's doing. That's all I got. That's all the notes I got. What?
Got two things. one. It was just a line in one of the episodes. I didn't even catch it. Until after I saw it on a slideshow on Instagram, and it's the moment because when you said that about them getting closer and closer,
Yeah.
it reminded me of Storm and Jean when they were like face like up against each other, and she goes, "Make them mind your weather, sister."
Yeah.
And then she's like, "And make them
Weather
weather
your
your mind."
mind, yeah.
And I was like,
That had to be. Listen,
Oh.
them two had that cooking for a while. There ain't no reason.
Yeah,
Y'all-
they were practicing that. They're like, we're gonna say this. We're gonna say this is gonna be so freaking sick.
yeah, they were waiting to use that.
Yeah.
And then I have seen on Instagram, and they may do this, they may not do this season, but they showed Apocalypse, and I have seen like where Apocalypse brings back Gambit.
Okay, yeah. So that's what I wanted
let
to
me-
say.
let me
Yeah,
go.
bringing
I
back,
was like, yeah,
Let me go.
bringing back Gambit as Death
that would be crazy.
So all right.
is wild.
Okay, so the five.
Do you have anything else you want to say about it, Chad?
No, dude. Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
I promise.
We're kind of nerding out over here.
the 5 storylines they can go with this is absolutely
Heat all of them.
yeah. It's,
Yeah, just do all of them at this point.
so
cool with
like the Onslaught one was the first one I mentioned.
Yeah.
Like and that one's insane. The Gambit Death one, you said 212 there, and that like
Is that the same one? Really?
that's that story. It's in that storyline. I don't
didn't even
the
know what you
exact
did.
Exact same one, but like it's in
Yeah,
that.
it's in the
Which is so cool because I was like, he said, because I don't know the exact storyline, but I remember when Apocalypse says like the word death,
yes.
and he has the card, and I was like, are they gonna make him Death? Like, wait, I'm really confused.
to
But
look
I was
up-
hype at the same time
Yeah,
because I was like,
so-
whoa, wait a minute.
So they are making him Death. He was sorry, I gotta go.
No, you're good.
They do. That's in the comics. He is Death.
Yeah.
Like he is actually. It's such a cool look. He's like black and like gray, and
I want to get so anime with this dude. we
like,
get so anime.
It is the coolest look I've ever seen. He's got a beard. It's so it
Oh.
is so cool, and yeah, the long hair.
yeah.
It is so
Oh.
yeah. That storyline because like I believe Rogue and him fight, like.
It's going to make me cry.
And like she's begging him in the comic. I'm like, I'm gonna see this animated, and she's like begging him to come back.
Cry all over.
Rogue's my favorite X-Men, by the way.
Yeah,
Like, I don't know. I think it's me and Chad's, right? Is it me and you?
Yeah.
Our favorite one's
Yeah.
Rogue?
Gambit's mine.
Iceman.
Yeah.
So and like Iceman's in this story arc, so I know like he's probably becoming in season 2.
Dude, it's going to be so sick.
And-
Omega level.
Yeah, Omega level threat. Just saying.
Yeah, he is.
The second one or third one?
There's him, Magneto, and Storm.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
I
Maybe
think-
Jean's one as the
And-
Phoenix, but
Nope.
And the Gene as the Phoenix.
As Phoenix.
that might be as
Yeah.
Phoenix, yeah.
As Phoenix, but
Yeah, as
if
Phoenix.
it's not, then no.
Yeah.
So they're doing that storyline, and that's crazy. That like the fact that they're doing Age of Apocalypse stuff like this like late in the game, like after already doing it. twice.
Sabanur or whatever, too, right?
Yeah, in Sabanur.
Yeah,
I had to look up that name. I didn't know what it meant.
Yeah, in Sabanur.
Yeah.
That's crazy that they're doing the first mutant in like the little theme they did when it showed the Egyptian.
Yeah. I was so confused. I was like, what are we doing? And then they showed him, and they said his name. I was like, oh,
Also,
cool.
They could
All
be
right.
setting up two different things though.
Oh no,
Oh.
they're doing that's
that
another
comic
story.
storyline is crazy.
Like, future and past. Ugh.
What the
Future past.
what? Well, I gotta think real quick.
I can't remember her name.
I got it. Give me a second. I'll pull her right back up.
But yeah, like the end with showing Sabanur, and then I can't remember the other girl's name. We're gonna find out in a second. But that storyline with Nathan
Ascani,
Ascani, yeah,
Clan Ascani.
yeah.
What
What a weird comic storyline. I've read up on it before the show. And
Yeah.
so when I heard Ascani, I was like, that sounds really familiar. And then I saw Nathan. I was like, oh, okay, so this is something I've seen bits and pieces of.
It's a weird storyline, but I'm like completely okay with it.
Yeah, I
like-
mean, hey, if they got a
They're
plan.
doing that storyline. They're doing the Death storyline. They're doing the Egyptian storyline, and they're doing the Onslaught storyline. Like they're doing 4 storylines right now, which is absolutely
Wow.
crazy. And then y'all have said it before. They're doing House of M.
Yeah.
They're setting up for House of M right now. Like they
That'll be way down the
like-
line though.
Oof.
this is like season 3 or 4 that I believe that like I was reading about. Like it's not confirmed, but
Yeah.
it's obviously not confirmed. We won't know until later on.
Until it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like the way they said like Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver are gone right now,
Yeah.
and then what was it? The line they said that made people think this was in the last episode. They're having babies, more more mutants like us.
More mutants like us, yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that line itself, I was like, I even thought it myself. I was like, yeah, they're making more mutants. I mean, that'd be bad if they all went. Oh,
And be ashamed if something were to happen to them.
I was about to say, yeah, like they're making more of your kind. Like I'm trying to like make a point towards Bastion in my head. I'm like, yeah, they're making more of your kind. Why would you want to wipe out your kind? Oh, like, oh.
I mean, we kind of also touched on that with Cyclops whenever they were in the hospital with Jean,
Mm-hmm.
and like he's like they wouldn't even help us deliver the baby.
Yeah.
Like
Oh yeah.
like they wouldn't even, and he like goes off on the news reporter
Yep.
about what happened in the hospital and stuff like that. Just a good scene there between them, both of
Poor
them. I wish I
reporter.
could find that conversation.
Poor Beast. Like brother, this is like brother's third like woman in the last night since 1992. And I feel so bad for that man. I was
True.
like,
Also, can I just say, like, that's another character that they got so wrong in the movies.
Beast.
He's like a Hulk character in the movies because he
Yeah.
turns into the Beast and starts tearing stuff up. When he climbs into the Sentinels and starts controlling them from the inside,
Good.
It is good.
Good.
It's good stuff.
so
man.
good.
It's
Anyway,
good
sorry,
stuff.
just had to say that.
But yeah, they're doing the 5 storylines. Like they're setting up for these 5 big X-Men storylines that are going to shake. Like,
generational.
yeah, because House of M is gonna make me like if they actually do House of M and Iceman's there, that's gonna
I'm a freak.
that's gonna destroy me. That's gonna destroy me because she took away his powers. Like she took away Iceman's powers during House of M, and I lost my mind. I lost all of it. Like it. There's so much this show is doing right.
Yep.
That I can't talk about it enough. It's so good. Like, hang on, I want to, because I think if I'm not mistaken, give me 1 second.
I'm trying to find the quote from the episode where they talk on the news about everything that's happening. With Sloth and Thunder, Fire and Lightning. It's pretty sick. Storm has some cool lines. Her voice
And
acting
then
is
she-
also very good.
She freaking
Yes.
her hair grew back and she had the head.
Oh yeah,
I was driving while I was watching that one.
yeah.
I had to stop. I was like, "Yeah, let's go, Storm!"
Let's go, Storm.
Yay!
Okay, so if you don't know the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, there's death, famine, war, and I can't say that last one because my brain's not working
Let
right
me
now.
see. Pestilence.
Pestilence. So if you want to know who these are, and I can guarantee you, the Death has had a few. Angel, which is turns Archangel.
Archangel.
Wolverine, Professor X, Gambit,
Ooh.
Psylocke.
Mon ami.
Psylocke has done it twice.
Seeing Psylocke in that last episode too.
For real.
Storm, Banshee, Sentry. Oh gosh.
Sentry. Sentry was supposed to be Steven Yeun at one point.
Yep.
Not anymore.
That'd be so cool.
And then Famine, like there's only one adaptation of this one that we know is Sunfire.
Sunfire.
Pestilence is Polaris.
Ooh, Polaris is cool.
And then War
Polaris
has
is so
had War's had 3 adaptations that I know of. The Hulk, Deathbird, and Colossus.
Deathbird. Was Deathbird
Deathbird is the
bird-
sister, the sister of the guy
Yep.
that, or
Yep.
the girl that Charles was gonna marry.
Yeah.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
right.
So I think if like based
Who was
on
that third one?
Colossus. Colossus was
All three of those
War.
are heat.
No, so if I'm getting this right, we're gonna get Gambit as Death.
more than likely.
More than
I
likely.
can see them bringing Polaris back as Pestilence. I can
Yeah.
see that. I can see them adding someone new for Famine, just someone we haven't seen. And then War, if they do Deathbird, that'd be kind of cool. Like Deathbird or Colossus.
I agree. That'd be kind of sick. I'm still trying to. This clip's trying to load. I really like this conversation. I can't find it, but I mean, I don't really have much more to say. This show's awesome.
How many times can we say it?
Yeah,
It's
like please watch it. Please watch it.
Uh,
Yeah, that's my final thoughts. Get Disney Plus for your trial. Pay freaking I don't know how much it is.
if you're anything like us, you'll just need the free trial because you'll watch it in
A day or
a
two.
day.
yeah.
At me.
Yeah, Chad. Like you'll get so hooked on this show, especially if you love X-Men. Like they really do this a lot more justice than what we've seen from the original stuff. But yeah, any other like kind of finishing thoughts here before we call it a day or a night?
I'm good. I've said my piece about this show. It's amazing.
I think we're good all over here.
You want me to close things out? I got some scheduled things to.
I got some things
talk
to say.
about.
I gotta
Yeah.
say.
You go ahead then,
next
Braven.
Oh, absolutely. So, hi guys. You're going to be seeing a lot of changes throughout this next few months. I'm gonna say, new camera systems, new recording systems, and it's the summer of change for Hog Rider.
A lot of stuff coming.
We got a lot of stuff coming. Dylan's gonna cover a bunch of that in a second, I believe.
Yep.
But I was gonna say, please like, subscribe, leave a comment,
Share.
join, yeah, share, like share to those that. Well, anybody. I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, share it to your mom, your brother, your friend, your neighbor.
Share it to your mom.
I don't care.
And if you go to a gifted school, share with them too.
To a gifted school.
Okay.
That's so ridiculous.
Okay.
Anyway.
And I was gonna say, share with not share. Join the Discord. I mean, we got a Discord coming up.
I'll put the link in the bio.
Yeah.
For our Discord and stuff like that.
Join the Discord, and if the link doesn't work, because I know some of our old videos don't work like on those anymore.
Yeah, the link expires after 14 days, so
Yeah.
unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about that.
So, like, if you want to join that way, I say, like, if the link don't work, you can always just message us on the comments. Join that way, because I know some people who have tried to join and like the link don't work and stuff like that.
I'm not conceited. I'll answer DMs.
Yeah.
Except for mine, apparently.
I answer yours.
Okay.
Anyway.
I like the video. You know, he sends me memes. I just boop. That means I liked it. And I laughed. I thought that was funny.
I do that too.
One of my listeners was like, ha 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 ha, very funny.
Yeah.
Send
But-
more, please.
And then I'm gonna say you're gonna see a lot of different faces on the Hog Rider show that you haven't seen in a while. Like Chad's gonna be a regular member from now on. He won't be in every video, just like I won't. Just like I won't be in every video. Dylan won't be in every video. Ethan won't be in every video. But yeah, we're trying to, I guess, make this bigger than it is. We're trying to get more consistent upload schedule. So like,
Yeah, we're
hoping-
streamlining everything.
we're hoping to get at least like 4 videos out a month.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that's like when I looked at our schedule. So right now we have the X-Men 97 right now, as we just did. I think we're gonna have another one coming up, Bad Batch.
Oh, don't
Should be
worry. Yeah,
soon.
I'll get into the schedule.
Okay,
the
yeah. Then
rigmarole of all
I'll let him take that part. But yeah, ways to support us: like, subscribe. I think we're gonna have a website coming up soon.
that. Hopefully. Yeah, takes
I'm
a lot of work.
gonna help you with that this
Okay.
summer as well,
Okay.
just because I got nothing to do now.
Yeah, cool.
And then yeah, hopefully we have a merch store. Hopefully by the end of the summer as well. But,
That'd be cool. That'd
yes.
be cool.
Well, that's all for me, Dylan.
Yeah. So summer of Hog Rider, right?
Yeah.
Hog Rider Radio gonna kind of
It's a Hog
take
Rider
off.
summer.
Take off. Hog Rider summer. It is true. But so yeah, obviously we have this review up. You should see this. I'm uploading this tonight, so it should be up tonight. So around Sunday, you're probably watching this on Sunday. Next weekend, which is May 25th, me and Braven are going to be
Hey.
talking about Hellblade 2. Because no one
If
else
he
here
can finish it.
has
I
an
finished
Xbox.
the first one.
He did finish the first one
I
today.
finished it today.
That's what I'm talking
Um,
about.
Yeah.
Me and him are the only ones
Fight
that
through the
have Xboxes,
voices.
so.
I had to fight through the voices.
So yeah, we're doing that next week. Let me go to my calendar. Actually, it's probably way better to look at it that way because I don't have the schedule on that PDF. I just have
I'll pull it mine.
do
I'll make sure you're right.
25th. June 7th. Mark your calendars. Friday, June 7th, 5 p.m. on our Twitch. We are reacting to Summer Game Fest, which will be super fun. It'll be around kind of like the Game Awards setup, where we will have our live chat up. You will not be able to see the Game Awards, or not the Game Awards. Ooh, boy, Summer Game Fest itself on the stream. You'll just be able to see us,
But
unless I can figure out a way to do that. I might be able to figure out how.
Well,
to...
I mean, you did it in the video that came out after.
Yeah, in the video that came out after, obviously on YouTube, you'll be able to see it whenever I upload the video itself. But I might be able to figure out a way for us to put the Game Fest stream on.
That would be
We
dope.
might be a few minutes behind, just depending on like when everyone gets here as well, because I don't know when everybody's getting here.
Okay, cool. It is happening though. The stream is happening. Make sure to be there. I'll be reacting to chats. You can follow us on Twitch. Yeah. There's that. That'll be a super fun time. I think Summer Game Fest probably lasts around an hour and a half, 2
It
hours.
won't be as long as.
It won't be as long as the Game Awards, probably.
I doubt it even lasts an hour and a half.
Really?
Like last year was like 45 minutes.
Oh, okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Even better. Which means we'll probably see the trailers, and then we'll have about 15 minutes to talk about some things,
I'm looking it up.
what we were excited about. We also have July. Also, we will have a Bad Batch review with me, Braven, and Kanan at some point. We're going to talk
Kanan
about
works.
it. Kanan works a lot at night, and me and Braven also have a crazy schedule. I'm probably going to sneeze during this. Friday, July.
Oh, never mind.
What? How old is it? How old? How long is it?
6 hours, 30 minutes.
6.5 hours. Oh boy. Is that how long last year's was?
Oh,
You boys ready for a long night?
6 hours.
It starts at 5.
5. We'll be here till 11.
I'm looking at it right now.
Shoot.
Hey, I'm down.
Oh, never mind. They started 3 hours early.
Oh, is it like the?
Yeah, they started this sucker 3 hours early. Hang on.
What do you mean? Is it like the countdown?
Yeah, it's a countdown.
Oh, so it might be 3 hours. Okay, we've done that before. Sorry, we're learning this as we go. But
yeah. Okay, it's only 3.5 hours.
Oh, okay, we can do that. We can do that. We do the game. You're here for like the last half of the Game Awards, but
we did it.
Yeah,
Me and
that's
Raven
fine.
Yeah, because I had to work that day.
all right, Friday, July 19th, double whammy here. The Acolyte and the Boys reviews will be filmed that night. Will be going up the next Saturday. We will be talking about Acolyte and the Boys. It'll be me, Ethan, Raven, and Kanan, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for
You are
both.
watching
No.
this. Yeah, Chad will not be there, unfortunately.
Sorry.
Then the next weekend, Deadpool and Wolverine review on that Friday night. It'll be up Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
We're all gonna go watch it together. It's gonna be us 4 plus Kanan
And
Mhm.
James.
and James. We'll have 6 people on here.
Maybe Matt as well.
Maybe 7 people on here.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Gonna be a big podcast. Gonna be a lot of fun though. Especially if all of us are here, we're gonna talk about a movie that's probably gonna be a whole bunch of fun,
Mm-hmm.
from what I
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah.
So that'll be a good time. Right after that, GalaxyCon Riley. GalaxyCon Raleigh. We are going to the Saturday, July 27th. We'll be there right when doors open.
Yep.
Till around 5 p.m. So if you're watching and you're like, hey, these Hog Rider guys seem kind of cool, and you're in the area, or if you're just going to GalaxyCon, don't be afraid to say hello. Don't be afraid to ask for a picture. Don't ask for an autograph because I'm not going to do that. But
I will.
But like, I'll take a picture. We'll all take a picture, I'm sure, if we're all together.
Probably
Not
will
saying
be.
that we have someone that would want to do that, but if you are the
That'd be
one person
crazy.
that would want to, like, I would be more than 100% down. with
We'd
that.
be geeked if that happened.
Yeah, that'd be
honestly.
crazy.
I'd be more crazy about meeting you than that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but the next day, right after that, we'll be doing a podcast where we recap what is going on in GalaxyCon. I think it'll be
We
us
met.
4 plus Kanan,
Yes.
and I think that's it. Or maybe James. Oh no, James can't go.
James.
Unfortunately, James can't go to this one.
Who we met, what we did.
Yeah. Also, there are possibilities of us doing Kingdom Hearts retrospective with possibly all 4 of us. If not,
I am playing as hard as I can.
he's got to go. He's playing. He's trying to truck through.
You gotta finish.
But
If I can get through Hellblade, you can get through.
especially
Kingdom
Summer Game Fest has
I'm
anything
probably playing that tonight.
about Kingdom Hearts 4 pop up. We are
Yeah,
going to tell you this
that's-
podcast.
If it is anything like the or like with us 7.
Yeah.
Just don't sit
Oh
near me.
gosh, yeah, Chad's gonna rock my chair again.
Yeah.
Just don't
The
sit near
setup
me.
will be kind of like this, except there'll be a TV like where we'll be looking kind of like at the camera, but the TV will be under it. And then we'll have like other chairs behind us and stuff like that, of people watching and all this stuff. This kind of be the setup of what
Okay,
we have for
cool.
Game Fest.
And after that, Outlaws, Star Wars Outlaws in September.
That's me as well. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm playing that.
All you're not gonna be here, I don't think, for that one. Are you
No.
playing Outlaws?
No,
no.
I'm not
I
playing
think it's
Outlaws.
Kanan.
Kanan.
Us 3 and Kanan are gonna be here for that. Reviewing that one. Possible Elden Ring DLC review. We'll see. Garner maybe some support for that one.
haven't
Chad will probably lead that one right there
I'm
if
about
we
to
get
say,
to do
I
it.
think Chad and James are wanting to do that one.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
haven't even played the original.
yeah. And yeah, that's kind of all I got. There's some other stuff that's kind of being kept
Uh,
secret right now.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Word. You're gonna keep it a secret. I'll keep it a secret. All right.
Oh boy.
It's not, I don't know. That's all I have. Oh yeah. Assassin's Creed just got announced. Assassin's Creed Shadows for November.
I was going to say we were going to do a retrospective on all Assassin's Creed games, and
Ooh.
this is a later one. This is gonna be later. This is fall.
We haven't
You'll-
planned this one
You'll
yet.
get our fall. You're getting a little sneak peek at our fall schedule. We're gonna do one for Shadows, obviously. I think.
Yeah.
And then I think we're gonna do a retrospective on all Assassin's Creed because Dylan is playing through them right now,
All of them.
Played through some of them.
and then
All of them.
Ethan's played through some of them, and he's gonna continue his journey as well. And I think it's just gonna be the three of us, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if Chad's played any.
Do you want? Are you gonna play Shadows?
I'll see.
Okay.
I'll say, well,
That's usually how I'm with most Assassin's Creed games.
I'll
So.
see.
So we'll get a more concrete schedule for our fall schedule is in August, and that will be coming out in August. So yeah, that's pretty much it for me. But for you,
Yeah. That's all I got schedule wise. Do you want to close out the show, or do you want me to?
I'll close out the
All right.
show.
Cool. Go ahead.
All right. Love you guys. What you got to say back?
like and subscribe. Thank you.
Yep.
Follow us on social media.